Hey, I'm Hello Rodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. Did you like the title? I figured that would get some attention. I did. But now that you're here, welcome. You're welcome here. Now I want to talk about something that I have experience in. Being a complete dumbass. I'm very good at that. And the reason I'm so good at being able to teach that is because I know what it's about. It's about not paying attention. It's about not paying attention. You know, when your parents tell you something, they don't know. What do they know? You know everything. They don't know anything until later. You get into your 20s, you start to think, oh well, my folks, they know a lot more than I thought they knew. That's for sure. I think that's a natural thing. And I think it's a natural thing for people to want to make it on their own. You know, and people have different experiences, you know. It's like, but people will tell you, like, don't drink. Look what happened to me. Well, how was an alcoholic? Don't drink. I'm telling you, don't drink. I thank God I haven't had alcohol. I haven't had any alcohol since 1979. 63. Quit in 79. The day before Father's Day in 79, and my dad died that December. Don't drink. Well, I drank and became an alcoholic. Don't do drugs. Well, I've been in drug rehab twice. People have all these testimonies. People have testimonies on any subject that you want to, just about any subject that I can think of. There's going to be somebody that will be able to testify as to yay or nay. And instead of us instead of us as people saying, being able to take advice, it's hard to take advice. So we make the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to show you a video here. This is going to be little snippets. I'm going to put the link to the video in the description of a person that was a vegan for 23 years. How long have you been a vegan? I know you're excited about it. You know, God's given us these bodies that are just fantastic. Look how we can abuse them. Look how many people have been, I've been an alcoholic, been to drug rehab twice. I mean, it's just, you know how we abuse ourselves? Abuse. But still our bodies are hanging in there good, thank God. And when you're younger, it's easier. So you young vegans, you may be feeling pretty good. You may be feeling all right. You may be feeling great. But you know what? That might be just the fact that you're young. Because there's a person here in this video I'm going to show you. This is them after 23 years of being a vegan. So, I'm glad I'm not sure about that. I didn't feel too good about that title, but I thought, you know what? I want somebody to see this video. And that's you. I want you to see it. Thank you for coming. And here it is.
This is my story of being a vegan/vegetarian. I'll explain that in a minute. For well over some 23 years of my life. And I just assumed, because there's so much propaganda and so many people who think that this way is the healthiest way to eat, that I automatically assumed it was, usually so, the vegetarian ones. because they're not doing it for their health, they're doing it because of religious beliefs. I never even thought about it that way before. Well, anyway, as the years went by, I began to lose it mentally. And I could not understand why there weren't more vegetarian or vegan restaurants. Why weren't there more people on this diet? It was so good. It was so healthy for you. And I began to judge people. I began to judge people. I began to judge people and think that they weren't smarter or there was something wrong with them because they weren't, vegan or vegetarian. Just very obsessed with it, and to the point where I was just always thinking about food, and I was always hungry, and always feeling cold, thinking that it was normal. And as the years went by, I started losing it more and more mentally, and I became B12 deficient without even knowing it. I was so into the diet that I began to believe that, like all the propaganda says, you can get B12 from, like having panic attacks and hallucinations. I felt like I was dying, like I couldn't get enough oxygen, and even when I would do yard work, I would feel like pricking or tingling on my skin, and I thought I was being attacked by fungus or something in the environment, and breathing like heavier, and I just felt like I wasn't getting enough air, and I made several trips to the hospital. And when I was just 5 years into the diet, I actually came down with a really bad bacterial infection, very high fever. I had to be rushed to the emergency room. I had a very high fever. They had to start me on IV drip. And nobody ever thought to ask me about my diet, and just trying my diet, doing as much as I can with my diet, my vegan diet that was, until I got really bad pains. So bad that I felt like I was dying, like I couldn't even breathe or move. It hurt so bad up here in my ribs. And I thought, okay, no more of this herbal stuff or juicing or whatever I have for the doctor. I was severely malnourished at this point, very thin, no muscle tone, losing my hair coming out, severely malnourished, and I was on a vegetarian, meaning I was, for my follow-up, so they put me on antibiotics, and for my follow-up, I had blood work done to try to figure out what's going on with me, like why do I have pneumonia? And it comes back that I was borderline anemic. My B12 levels were so low. I would have had to have kept getting these B12 shots, and I realized that how can this be a healthy diet? If for the rest of my life, just like a diabetic, I'm going to have to go to the doctor, which is going to cost me a fortune, and get these B12 shots, would realize that I was destroying myself. Realize that I was destroying myself. Realize that I was destroying myself. And it's stupid. It really is. So immediately I snapped out of it when I saw this. I realized I was killing myself. Immediately I snapped out of it when I saw this. I realized I was killing myself.
Now I want to thank you if you got to I want to thank you for clicking on my video, regardless of whether or not you got to the end of it, for those people that didn't make it. But for those who did make it, I want to thank you for getting through that. And, I just wish that as people, we could just learn from the experience of others. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that are I know what's going to happen. I mean, I've been around you folks long enough to know that for everything that she said, there's an answer. There's an answer, there's a cure, there's a something, there's a this, there's a that. But for this person, 23 years of this lifestyle. So if you just walk away from this video without contemplating that there's a person there that was a vegan for 23 years and realized that it was killing them. You know, let's learn from other people's mistakes and just keep moving on. I'm Hella Rodney. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.